Okay, good morning. By popular demand, here's going to be a screencast for Unit 4, Assignment 3. I think I'm going to do several short videos, screencasts for this. Sorry, excuse me. As there's quite a lot to unpack here. So hopefully this will support the recording that we did on Microsoft Teams the other day. So let's have a look at assignment 3. So you can find this on Moodle, obviously. So let's just unpack what we've got on Moodle and what we've got on the assignment. So we're opening up the assignment there. Right. This assignment has 2 tasks. Remember that. Right. So I think the first bit is hopefully fairly straightforward and fairly self-explanatory. It's about doing a bit of finding out, a bit of research, and a bit of reporting about that. And we've been over this before. I've even covered it in a screencast. Have I covered it in a screencast? I don't know. So anyway, we've got, and try to say less. I noticed this. I listened back to myself. I say an awful lot. Right. ISO 9000 is a British standard backed up by an international standard, the ISO, International Standard Organization, which looks at quality. It looks at being able to deliver the same product consistently, and has recently come more into line with general practices of total quality management. So ISO 9000 comes from Total Quality Management Now, which is a system that came out of Japan from an American that went over there after the Second World War and said, this is how you can manufacture things better. And he'd been around the American industry and they'd said, no, we're not interested. So he went to Japan, where they were trying to rebuild after the loss of the Second World War. And so he said, you can improve manufacturing by making lots and lots of small changes. You can, among other things. So you put in lots of things. You track, you measure, you check. Anybody can make a change to improve the product. You make lots of small changes over time, and that will improve your efficiency and your quality. So by improving efficiency, you can improve efficiency. By improving efficiency, you can reduce the cost of the product, and by improving quality, you could potentially sell the product for more. Just hold on a second. Right. Okay. I don't know how you can not like twirly-woos, but you know, number blocks it is. Right. Okay. ISO 9001. ISO 9000. So it's about repeatability. I used to work with a chap who, at the time, did verification and things for companies wanting to claim ISO 9000. And he always said it wasn't a quality standard, it was a repeatability standard. So, for example, if you made TVs, if you smash the TV with a hammer at the end of production, as long as you smash the TV with the hammer in exactly the same way every time, you could still claim ISO 9001. Although, as I suspect, nobody wants to buy a smashed TV, even though you had that assurance of quality, I think you'd go bust fairly quickly. So an ISO 14,000, 1400, whatever that number is, I need more coffee, is about environmental protection. So it's applying the sort of same principles, but to sustainability, environmental issues. So, where are you sourcing your materials from? What's the environmental impact from them? How are you managing your waste? Is where that's kind of looking at. So we can find out about those, research about those, and tell me about them. Okay. I'm expecting some copy and pasting going on here because you're finding out about facts. You'll be going to the you'll be finding out things. But remember, if you copy and paste, stick it in italics so you're not claiming it as your own. Yeah, put a couple of lines underneath that say, explain what it is you've just copied and pasted, define any technical terms, and tell me where you got it from. Okay, do that, and I'm happy. All right. Okay. Next, investigate total quality management. Mention Six Sigma. So we're investigating total quality management. Total quality management then is one step beyond or one step above ISO 9000. ISO 9000 is not a total quality management system because it only focuses on a small on certain areas within a company. Total quality management looks at the entire business from management through to the cleaners, from top to bottom, and affects everyone. So it needs to come with a change of attitude and a change of way of thinking about your work. So it's kind of embedded from top to bottom. Everybody has a role to play in a total quality management company. It doesn't matter who you are. If you make a suggestion which you think will improve the quality or improve production or reduce cost, that suggestion gets taken on board, listened to, and implemented. Yeah, so it involves a buy-in from absolutely everybody on the company. Okay, the current leader on total quality management is I think Six Sigma. Six Sigma is quite complicated and quite involved. You get a qualification in Six Sigma, and you can charge lots of money being a consultant to go around places to help them achieve Six Sigma accreditation. But the aim of Six Sigma is to drive down the number of defects you make in a product. What's the bread maker going in the background? Hopefully it won't pick up too much. So that's Six Sigma. Just mention it if you can just sort of find somewhere that gives you a brief overview of what Six Sigma is. Don't go into it into too much depth because you can disappear down that rabbit hole, for quite a long way. Okay, what is PDCA cycle? Well, that's easy to answer. So, what we got here? Let's scroll down. There we are. We've got some stuff on ISO 14,000, ISO 1400. We've got some stuff on 14,000. It's 14,000, isn't it? ISO 9001. Oh, look, and there's a PDCA website, so you can go straight there. Okay. What are the benefits of TQM? The benefits of TQM are you reduce costs and increase quality. Yeah. And why, as a business, would you not want to do those two things? By increasing quality, you're producing a better product, which means your reputation will go up. More people will hopefully buy your product. It might even mean you can charge more money for your product because it's better quality. Reducing costs means that you're not spending as much money as a company making it, which means that you can make more profit. And it is all about the money. Okay. What are the benefits of TQM that might stop a company? What might stop a company implementing TQM? TQM, total quality management, involves a lot of measurement. It involves a lot of tracking, which involves a change in the way a company works, fundamental shift in the way a company works. So those might be reasons why a company might not employ TQM, because it's a lot of work to get there. It's a lot of work for a company to. Oh, hang on. There's a small dog in the garden. That's exciting. Right, excuse me just a moment. Where's the pause button? Right, okay. Right. Okay, so explain the reasons why an engineering organisation wants to apply a quality system. So that's kind of a on from this question here, really. That's just kind of giving you a bit more guidance. It should include reference to the fundamental purpose of implementing a quality system. The fundamental purpose of implementing a quality system is to drive up quality and drive down cost. Explain inspection, sampling, testing, condition monitoring, planned maintenance, and some of the other tools employed within a quality system, as well as the benefits of employing a right first time philosophy. So, inspection. When do we inspect? Do we inspect right at the end? Well, yes, we do, but we also need to be inspecting after each stage, because if we only inspect at the end, then that's when we find out that it's wrong, which means we've wasted time and materials and getting all the way to the end. Whereas if we find out it's wrong on step 2, then we can save time and effort and then, going through the rest of the steps with a faulty product. If we're producing 20,000 things a day, do we inspect every one of them? No, we implement a sampling thing. We check a certain percentage of things. Yeah. Same with testing. So condition monitoring, planned maintenance. You can find out about all of these. I probably need to update my Moodle slightly. Yes, it needs to be a bit more there. I'd say if you find a nice website, let me know and I'll stick it up here as well. Okay. Right. And what are the benefits of a right first time philosophy? Well, if it's right first time, you don't have to rework it, do you? There's no waste there if it's correct first time. So value management is looking for the value in things. So there are various criteria for value. I think we talked about PlayStation 4 control. What's the value of the touchpad? How many games can you name that actually used, apart from Tearaway, that used that touchpad effectively, and not just as a big button? How many games use the light on the front of your PS4 controller? What's the value in those for the customer? So that kind of a thing. Just looking at where the value is. What's the value of something in your product? Does it have value to the customer? If it doesn't have value to the customer, can you remove it from your product and therefore save yourself money? Would be one example. Okay, so just to kind of check, make sure you've said how quality management systems and value management can be used to give an engineering organisation a competitive advantage. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to stop this one, and I shall see you. Well, I won't see you. You might hear my dulcet tones in the next one, where we'll start to break down task 2. Okay, thank you very much.